What's up guys, so we're at the office now. It is the start of a new video and it is the revitalization of our Golf Mk1 race car. So we had quite an accident in the...
What's happened with Max?
Nothing, just an incident on the race.
The last Lemons race this year, 2025. And we got T-boned in the first corner of the first lap of the race and it snapped off our back axle. Our wheel, so we were riding three wheel for an entire lap, or Tinus was. So yeah guys, as you can see, we're busy here swapping out the rear wheel studs. It's quite a rush. Apologies for the vertical video, this is all we could get on the day, but it was very stressful to get it swapped over in time. We ended up losing 8 laps from doing the swap, but we got back on track and everything went well thereafter. Here you can see us literally needing to carry the car into the pit box because the back was hanging down so far, so we weren't able to get it in the dip of the entry to the pit box. But yeah, at the end of the day, we got back out and we left even stronger. There's another video, another point of view, getting the complete angle of the back wheel, getting on being a complete hit. It was pretty bad. Finished at a full lap. A team pulled up next to him going 158 kilometers an hour, trying to wave him down on 3 wheels. I just found these pictures of Tinus going 3 wheels around the track, and finally here's a picture of the wheel rolling from turn 3 to turn 4. And yeah, it bent the front lower control arm. We needed 4 new studs, so it's time to do a service. I'll show you guys what parts we have. So from our guys at Motul, Midas Salt River, they hooked us up with some oil, some new Mk1 battery water. I got myself some hand cleaner from Motul. Here are the new billet studs from G&A Performance, the new filter, and then what do we have in there? That's all Fiesta parts, I think. Yeah, that's all Fiesta parts. Then the big thing is out here with Brandon. So here we have the new lower control arms, got them on Facebook. Here Brandon's just busy cleaning up that shaft because we got new poly bushes here for the Mk1. This is the old rubber. You can see it's not soft, but you can still squeeze it. And then yeah, we've got solid poly bushes. So Brandon's busy taking off that. Here's the other lower control arm with this bush already on. These pressed in. We had to press out the stock one, so that metal shaft must just go in there. So yeah. It was quite unfortunate on the first lap to get T-boned, but luckily not major damage to the car. We buckled a rim, lost the wheel studs, but it's nothing major. We're just going to start putting in all the new goodies and cleaning up, service the car so that we can do some racing this year. Hopefully maybe an all-star rally, a track day or 2. And yeah, we didn't do too badly. We finished 6th place after the 9 hour, and yeah, we did pretty well. I'm super proud of us. So now it's just prep for next year, a little bit of upgrades, poly the engine bushings, poly the lower control arms, poly the top mounts for the struts, and yeah, we're gonna do maybe a fuel surge tank, new radiators coming in from Chase at Old Racing, so we're gonna have less cooling problems because we had to limit ourselves quite a bit. So yeah, we're gonna do that with 2 fans instead of 1. And then what else? Steering rack brace. We must still see if we need to do the lower ball joints and the rack ends and inner tie rods, because yeah, the steering was quite bad, so we must go back for an alignment to Chase. And yeah, I'll film the process. Now we've got this one swapped. Just pressing out that thing here with a lacquer story. Lacquer story. Just hold it. Awesome. So we're just taking off the rubber off the shaft because those shafts need to be reused on the inside here. You can see there we reused it on the inside. So I cleaned them up, but for some reason this isn't coming off. It's like dirt, but it's not getting wiped away with a brake cleaner. So yeah, that's this one done. This one's almost done. We just need the shaft. Back's on. We need ball joints. I don't know if we need new ones. These ones that came on the Facebook Marketplace, low control arms, are stuffed. So probably reuse the ones in the car, or I'll have to get new ones. So now, track legal coolant is as simple as taking a 20 liter of battery water and this entire bottle of Mk1 and mixing it together. So as far as I believe, water, waiter, and this is the only track coolant you can use when racing track cars. We haven't had a problem with Mk1. Apparently some guys mix 2 bottles of this to 20 liters, some guys mix 1.5. But yeah, maybe we try 1.5 bottles, 2 bottles, but apparently it gets pretty useless at some point. You're just overspending on coolant. I believe this is like $500 or something. I'm not sure, 400. But yeah, we don't have problems with it. We're going to stay using it. So now we're busy jacking up the car. Going to change the oil, crush washer, and oil filter over here. Yeah, the car's extremely dirty. Check the engine bay. Can't even see in the car. It's actually crazy. It is so dirty. It's not even funny. Need a proper, like, full wash on this car. But there's still power. I see that there's still power. I wonder if it will turn first swing or if we need to jump it. So, car's jacked up. The oil's busy draining. You can see it there. And I've swapped the crush washer already. It didn't look like too much shiny stuff in the oil. Like I said, we've got the Motul 20W50. New filter, crush washers swapped already. Yeah, I was just remembering now. We need to get a new ground wire. I forgot about that. I've taken off the top cover and the rivets. I've loosened the brackets there. So now the radiator's loose. I'm going to just unplug the fan. Start loosening those. Dennis is jacking up the car. We're going to start with the driver's side lower control arm. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. So we've got the same size. Well, we've got the radiator out. There's the new radiator. You can see this one's a core and fin. That's fins with like metal tubes between it. So yeah, we're just going to clean up down there and replace the sensor. I've got a new crush washer. And yeah, then we'll start on the lower control arms. Put in new coolant obviously as well. So I've got the new radiator drive fitted. I'm going to just fit our ducts for the sides and put the hoses on. Tinnish is here now, busy loosening there. But you can see here, on the nut, all of these studs are bent. So luckily I bought new studs, so we're going to replace that. But yeah, I'm busy here with the radiator. And yeah, it's going pretty well. We haven't run into any problems. So I'm going to put those. Okay, so the new radiators in. We had to do some funny business with the mounts, bend them up a bit. So yeah, we're just going to chop these shorter, put the cap back on, and then it's running no fan for now, but we will be putting 2 fans on. So we're going to run a fan here and a fan there, which wires in to that, which I see only has 1 wire going into it, which is a problem. So we're busy. We've put in 2 new studs. Here's the old one. You can see it's bent. Where's the other one that's very badly bent? And then yeah, that one is done. This one's so badly bent, we had to cut the tip of it off there. It's quite warm. So yeah, we're just putting on the new wheel studs. We can't get this loose. We're gonna have to put the car on a lift or up on the forklift. So we've put this bolt back. We can't change the lower control arms today, unfortunately. But the radiator's gone well. We must just finish buttoning up there, but we want to finish this. And at the back, wheel studs and nuts, front and back. Okay, so little update. like I said, radiator done. Let's just chop these 2 nuts off. Get the fans. There's one little screw down there that needs to be put in for the air duct. I don't know if you can see down there. There, where this bracket is above my finger. And you put a screw in there. Must bleed the coolant now, I'll film that. New brake ducts must be put in. Studs are replaced, the nuts up front are replaced. They even bent this thing, dude. It's hectic. And yeah, we put on new studs at the back. We're gonna reuse the wheel nuts because we put new ones on in the race. Hub centric spacer. We just need a new grease cap for the bottom. So yeah. Okay, so we filled in coolant with a Motul Mocool. We've left this off because we still need to do some stuff behind it. The alternator's a bit buggered right now, but no, we're just bleeding the coolant system. Car's running nice. There you can hear the alternator's buggered. So yeah, it's going quite well. We've done some good work. Wheels are on, car's on its own 4 legs, new studs and nuts. Yeah, we have a water leak. Okay, so Mk1's coolant is bled. We're just going to wait for it to cool down and settle down before we check the oil level, and then sometime I'll check the coolant as well, maybe tomorrow or something. But yeah, that's the job done on the Mk1. There's still a few things to do. What's up, guys? It's now Thursday. I was working on the Mk1 yesterday, and yeah, I took a little bit of a break today. I'll show you guys what I did. So I cleaned up Stadler Racing. That's still all Mk1 parts, Fiesta. But there's no small stuff lying on the floor. It's now all packed neatly in boxes and crates. There's Mk1, dirt bike, Fiesta. Got some ongoing projects here for the Fiesta, all of that stuff. All of this stuff is Fiesta. So yeah, I cleaned up pretty nicely, sorted out my toolbox because you can't work in a dirty place. And this place was very dirty. But yeah, let me show you what I got up to now this afternoon on the Mk1. I went to Fury Motorsport or Autosport, I think, and I got some radiator fans. So first things first, I put the airbox back with the zip ties around the back and through the fender over there and there. And then here the zip ties. 4 of these things were missing from the one box, so I just used the 4 across the 2. Then I'll get the rest of them for the bottom there tomorrow. I took the grill off so that I can get to that screw that's missing. But yeah, here are the 2 10-inch 12-volt fans, and yeah, should give us much better cooling on track now. I found that wire that went missing from the plug there. It's right here. Oh, focus, it's here. It was sitting under the catch can down there. But yeah, the new fan needs some different wiring, the new fans. I'm going to wire those into there. And we kept the stock switch that ties into the ECU so that we can turn the fan on manually, or we can turn it on via the ECU if we forget to turn it on. But not looking too bad. Also, we decided we're going to do a bonnet lift kit over here. So add like a piece of rectangular metal that wide so that we can shoot the bonnet upwards to get some heat out the back. And yeah, I still think we should do like a duct through here to get cold air directly into the engine. I think that would be a very good idea. And most race cars run without a filter, so maybe we run without a filter, I'm still not sure. But yeah, I still need to message Chase asking if we can book the Mk1 in, and hopefully he'll let us. Let's cut that off because I put the bolt in on the bumper now. That bolt over there was missing, so the bumper would sag there. But yeah, some stickers must come off, the Fury and the Origin oil come off. I'll take off the lemon stickers, and then yeah, I'll probably redo some of the 2-door conversion stickers. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. The car's going well. We're doing work, making progress. As you guys saw, we did the wheel studs and nuts on this side. Put in a spacer and a spigot ring at the back that was missing. So yeah, all in all, pretty happy with the progress that's being made. We just need to see what's next on the Mk1 and get going. So Fury hooked me up with the missing stuff from my kit. They found the packet lying around the shop. So shout out to them for making that easy for me. So now I just need to put this like this, but in the bottom. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So I've got that one in and that one in, but now I can't get my hands to those two to put on the last two clips because the oil cooler's in the way. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I'm gonna have to try and make a plan there. But yeah, I want to try and get the guys to wash the car, take it for a trip down to Chase quickly, see if he's got an availability for me to lift the car up and change the lower control arms. What's up guys? So I don't know if you can hear me. This will be the last segment of the Mk1 video. I'm on my way to Chase's workshop to put in the lower control arms. So I got to drive the Mk1 a little bit on the street. I can barely see out because the windows are so dirty. But yes, I can. Every time I drive this thing, it reminds me how fun this car is. What's up guys, so we're here at Chase now. We've got the first lower control arm in and we've loosened the bolts for the second one. I've screwed us over a little bit here because with the rust on the car, when we first got it in 2024, last year's lemons, we did some fancy welding to reinforce the car. So I'm just going to lift it here and show you quickly. So like I said, Chase is letting us use his lift. He's still working, so very thankful that he's letting us use. We've got the poly bushings in on the new lower control arms. This one here you can see is bent quite significantly there. It's not straight or lining up. So I'm going to just take those ball joints out, put them in here. There's our strap brace. But yeah, because of the rust around here, we put in these reinforcement bars to tie it to the pinch welds. So it's a bit difficult to drop down the lower control arm hanger, but we're managing. I must just do this, and then this side's done. So yeah. Okay, so this lower control arm is now fully in, ball joint, front one, the back one. And I don't know if you check here, this is still perfectly fine this side. But then we come around to this side. And this is not good, so you're gonna have to get a plate cut for the edge. So let me just show you a bit of the process. We go to the back here, we put some lube on, and we come back, we get this and a hammer, the rear bush, and we line up the bush. We give it some love taps until it goes in. For some reason it's not going all the way in. Then a little bit of lube in there, a little bit of lube in here. And that's bent out a bit, so we just give it a few love taps out. So Chase is quickly going to the shop. He had to redo the clutch on that. I'm busy trying to sort out that lower control arm. I don't know if the chassis gone backwards or what's the story, but I can't get that side in. Chase said I might have swapped the bushes around. I'll show you now. So there's a thin bush and a thick bush. Chase said he thinks this one goes at the back This one goes at the front, which will work because it's a proper like 2 mils not fitting. It's either that I've swapped them around or the chassis gone backwards. But I'm gonna get these plates laser cut here and then weld it into the stronger parts. So hopefully that will give us some form of reinforcement. Okay, so that's the lower control arms in. We took the strut brace out because once we took it out, the chassis actually went inwards. So I just need to go notch those holes a bit in, and we can put that back. And we need a new washer there. We put a thin silver one on, but it uses these thick ones. So yeah, Chase just left. I'm gonna put the wheels on, and I can drive back to the warehouse. So yeah guys, that's it for this episode on the Mk1. I got down and dirty, proper dirty. And the next episode will be some more mods and fixes before we go racing again. There's quite a few things that we need to do still. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Lower control arms in. Must just do some reinforcement and fix the cross beam there. Now we have spare lower control arms should anything happen in the race. But they are bent, so something bad would need to happen to need to use them. Only the one's bent. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.